And literally you sell them the exact same way you sell the daughter when she comes through. And these people, they know, they can sense it. They will say, hey, you know what? I am so happy that I found you. I'm so happy that you're bringing this into our community. I will for sure, when I meet with these daughters, tell them about here's another option. When mom needs more help, I will be for sure to say, hey, go check out them. They may not have their license yet, but they're going to be amazing. Welcome back to Assisted Living Investing with your host, Brett Chotkevys. That's me. And I want to talk today about the success we're having with our marketing. Our marketing is the foundation to our stability, the foundation to making a difference in my life, in Laura's life. The financial freedom that we have through this niche is all because of every single month I have my beds full, I have a huge wait list, and I know every single month what my income is going to be. It does not fluctuate. It does not vary. My grandmas are there for the long haul, and they are going to be paying rent every single month. And when one passes away, I'm able to easily fill one in just another couple weeks from my wait list. Even though we've been open for several years now and have built a wait list up to about 62 people, we are currently every single week tracking our KPIs. We know that we have 2 to 3 new leads come in every single week. We have 1 to 2 new tours every week, and we have about 1 grandma joining our waitlist every single week. So you can see that we've been consistently using this strategy for years now to get the results that I want. But even before we were open, we had these results. We had 12 of our 16 beds sold with a literal $2,000 deposit check on hand before we even had our license. We opened up, we filled in our 12 grandmas, and then within about 30 to 45 days, we had our other 4 residents. We were totally full within about 2 months of being open. Another 4 months after that, so within 6 months of being open, we had 20 people on our wait list. 20 people. We've been full ever since. So it is not by luck, it is not by happenstance, it is not because we chose the right location, which we did, and that's another point. But we have a strategy that I want to share with you today. It is our bread and butter, how we are constantly full, how we built a massive wait list, and is so vital because I don't see people doing it this way. I hear this other way to go, and it was actually what my first assisted living coach taught me. They said, hey, don't worry about marketing. Don't worry about filling your beds because you're going to use placement agents. Placement agents are people you pay. You pay maybe 1 month of rent, right? You might pay $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 as a referral fee to them, and they are going to do all the legwork. They are going to have the website and the SEO, and they're going to be touring people and finding grandmas to come into your building. And you're just going to have to be there and share your building, share your heart, show them what's up. And they are going to move in because these placement agents are doing all the work. And I'm like, oh, okay, like that sounds interesting. Hopefully that works. But then as I got into this and I started realizing that some friends of mine are, just new, they're getting started and this is not working for them, right? The 2 a month that we were promised by our assisted living coach, it didn't really work out that way. I saw people nearby me going 6 months, 9 months without getting their first resident. And I was like, well, aren't they using this placement strategy that people are talking about? And they were, right? They just weren't getting any beds full. And so I, during construction, had a hard talk with Laura. I'm like, I don't think this is the best way to go. I think this is kind of fluff. I think placement agents will be a great backup plan to us. But you know what? Let's come up with our own strategy on how we can primarily fill our beds and use really the placement agents as a safety net. So that's what I want to talk about today. The placement agents for me are a safety net. Over the last 3+ years, we've used placement agents about 3 or 4 times, literally total, right? And we've sold many beds. And so I want to share, here's the strategy that is our bread and butter. There's a variety of things that we do that are important, but this is the one core factor that I'll talk to you about today that will make the biggest impact for you being able to fill your beds, especially even before you have your license, while you were under construction. Here's a strategy that we used that got results, that literally got us the non-refundable checks, deposits, so that we could have confidence knowing we're going to get our license and we are literally have a wait list of people ready to move in. So this strategy that we developed, it was nothing really new. I just took my blinders off and I said, what is going on in the world as far as sales and marketing? What are people doing in other industries that is not assisted living? Because when I looked around at all the different assisted living marketers, especially when you talk about these big boxes, those are not real marketers. Those people have very little experience and really poor results. And I didn't want to copy what the industry was doing because I thought the industry was doing a really poor job. So then I look outside, what is going on? How are people selling things? And nowadays, everything is social media. It's Instagram, it's TikTok, it's Facebook ads, right? They are literally making sales when you look at jewelry, clothes, fashion, even alcohol like tequila, right? People are using influencers on their social medias to sell things. My daughters have a jewelry company, and that is the best way to make sales in jewelry, is literally to have influencers, people, young moms, young women who have tons of followers. They have people who are watching and liking their posts, and they're going out there and literally promoting other people's items and taking commission off of it, right? That is how people are making sales now. It's not TV commercials anymore. It's people with thousands or millions of followers who are promoting a product, and then it goes viral and people get a ton of leads and make a ton of sales from it. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, I don't really have a product that's like jewelry, right? I have a home. I have this service to provide for grandmas. But how can I take the same principle? How can I take an influencer style of marketing and use it for assisted living? So I thought long and hard on this, and we tried many different things to get this to work, but we ended up getting a system, and I call it the Strategic 20. And it's really a process that Laura and I go through to come up with a list of influencers, build strategic relationships with those people who will sell for us. So I'll unpack what that means, but I want to say that this strategy has been the cornerstone to our success as far as marketing. We are constantly getting new leads, new tours, and building people on our waitlist solely from this strategy. There are other things that we do that make a big effect, but this one thing right here, if you can have a takeaway, this one thing will change your marketing business. So here was the big aha moment that I had. Instead of going and selling one-to-one over and over and over again, going to different places where people that need this type of care and service, they need end-of-life care, going and selling myself one pitch at a time, I chose to take an influencer strategy, which means I'm going to sell one time this one influencer, and that person can continually sell or refer to Platinum Resort. So with this strategy, we don't spend any money on marketing. We're not doing direct mail. We're not doing pay-per-click. We're not doing anything that is paid. We're barely ever spending money on placement agents, but we're just using a strategy to build relationships with the right people. So I guess that's the next question. Who are the right people? Who is an influencer in the senior living space? So I think of an influencer as somebody who has two things, and I think these two things are vital to determining who you need to meet. The first thing is the influencer is someone who has your customers. They have followers, and these followers are people who need assisted living care. So the second point that's important is the influencer has power. They have authority in their recommendation. When they say Platinum Resort is the best in Georgetown, there is a lot of authority going behind that, and the person who is listening, the follower, takes that very seriously. So who are the influencers that we found? And they're not social media influencers. They're not famous people. Who has the followers and who has the authority in their referral? It's the people in the industry. It's the industry experts. It's the industry professionals. This is the nurses, the doctors, the hospice companies, the home health companies, the dentists that specialize in senior care, the attorneys that specialize in senior care. Who are the people who are professionals working in the industry that solely or exclusively work in that end-of-life care niche, in that senior niche? And there's a lot of people. I've gone through and made a list of like 40 different types of positions. And then I started filling in who are the people that work in these positions in my area. So we have had the best results with some of these professionals, specifically with hospice nurses, with rehab placement people, with independent living managers and marketers, with attorneys and financial professionals who specialize in senior care. These people are influencers not really in the way we commonly think about it, but their followers, the people that they are talking to literally every single day, are people who need end-of-life care, or it is the family, the power of attorney for someone who needs end-of-life care. And they have authority in their referral. So for example, if you said a hospice nurses literally every single day go from facility to rehab to independent living. They are literally seeing who is the best. They know which buildings are the nicest. They know which buildings are the grossest. They know who provides the best care, who provides the best staffing. So as they are literally meeting with daughter once a month saying, hey, mom is declining, or mom now needs this, or mom had a fall and here's our care plan for her. She needs additional care. She needs more help. And you know what? This place that you're at now, whether it's home or whether it's independent living or whether it's at another assisted living that may not provide end-of-life care, it's not going to cut it from mom anymore. She needs more help. And let me help you by referring, right? That's where I want to come in. I want to be the company, the assisted living that is always on the tip of people's tongue. So really the key to our success has been, out of the 40 or so different positions, we've made a list of maybe 80 or 100 different people. All of those people do not get me these results. It's really about 5, 6 of these people that we built strategic relationships with. Those 5 or 6 core people are literally every week, multiple times a week, between them sending us referrals, telling these family members, these daughters, hey, you know what? Platinum is the best in Georgetown. You should go over there. You should check them out, right? Here is their website. Here is their virtual tour, right? We have equipped our influencers to share our heart, to tell our story, to give digital versions of our marketing packets. So it is actually much, much easier once you've been operating, once you have reputation and you provide great care. But we still did this strategy before we even had our license. Literally, while we were under construction, while there was no sheetrock on the walls, we were doing tours. We were implementing this strategy. So let me show you how you could do this even before you have your building done. So this business is really 2 parts. You have a building, right? You have the actual physical house or facility, right? It has a great room, it has a kitchen, it has a salon, it has a bedroom. That's something that is sellable. The other part that is sellable is the service, the care, the ADLs, right? What do you offer? How do you take care of mom or grandma? So it can be kind of difficult to start if you don't have your home or your facility up and running yet. If literally the building is not done, you don't have a product yet. If you don't have a building, then you haven't provided care yet. So you're like, well, what do I have? What do I sell? How can I promote these things to these influencers? And I would say this, we had a building that was under construction, okay? It was not finished. We took that and we took heart. Heart will sell. Heart will pull people in. I promise you, if you can come in and say, hey, you know what? Here is my heart. Here is my vision. Here is my dream. I am here to love on your family member, to love on your mom or grandma. That will make a difference. Think of this in the perspective of what are the other options. You don't have to be the perfect option because you're not. But are you better than the other competition around? And most of these are big, smelly facilities. They're running a 15-to-1 ratio on caregivers. It literally feels depressing when you walk inside there. They are known for the worst of the worst care. It is a death trap. If you are comparing to those and consider mom or daughter is going to go and tour, 6, 8, 10 of these things, or potentially they are already in a big smelly facility for the last 2, 3, 4 years, right? Now they have declined and they're ready to go somewhere else for more intimate care. If you can be that solution, you don't have to be perfect. Just say, you know what, here's our building. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be done in a few months. Mom's going to have her own private room. We're looking to bring in a chef, have a salon. We're going to provide caregivers, 24 hours a day. We're going to take care of all of these things. The building's going to be amazing when it's done. But you know what? More important than that is my heart. I am an owner that is here to love on your mom. It's not some big corporate where you don't know who to talk to when you have a problem. You are going to talk to me or my manager, right? It's just us. It's our team. If we mess up, we will fess up, we will own up, and we will make a change. Because you don't have to climb the corporate ladder to find out how do I get mom what she needs. It's going to be just me. You can just email me. I'm here to love and take care of your mom. And I tell you what, that has sold so many rooms for us. I promise you, if you sell heart, it will make all the difference because they are burned. The daughters are and the families are burned by big corporate. They are sick of the system. If you can come in and say, I'm smaller, I'm more intimate, and you know what, we're going to come at this with love, man, I tell you what, you will sell those rooms, and I promise you, even before your building is done. Now, I take the same approach when I'm touring the daughter, even when we were touring when our building wasn't done. We were literally walking through and there's no sheetrock on the walls, just framing, step over these kind of construction obstacles here. And we toured daughters like that, and we got 12 checks before we even had our license, selling the vision of the building and the vision of the care really through our heart. Now, I did that to the daughters and the families, but we also did this to the influencers. That's literally how we got these referrals in the first place, is we went and met the home health, the hospice, the independent livings, the rehabs. We talked to all of these people. And really, your job is to, again, sell the exact same thing. It's your heart. Because these people in the industry, they know more than anyone how bad the industry can be, how jaded, how burned out the people that work there are, how grouchy they are, how nasty the corporate culture is, right? Like they know firsthand more than anybody. And if you can come in and say, hey, I'm building this new assisted living mansion down the street, and we're going to have these private rooms and a chef and whatever you're going to build, right? Just hype that and just share your heart too. I'm here to make a difference, right? I want to love on them. Like I had to place my mom or my grandma, and it was such a terrible experience, and I want to make a difference for those other people. And literally, you sell them the exact same way you sell the daughter when she comes through. And these people, they know, they can sense it. They will say, hey, you know what? I'm so happy that I found you. I'm so happy that you're bringing this into our community. I will for sure, when I meet with these daughters, tell them about here's another option. When mom needs more help, I will be for sure to say, hey, go check out them. They may not have their license yet, but they're going to be amazing. So we toured the hospice nurses, the home health people, we toured doctors, we toured rehab peoples. We would literally meet them at these industry events, at networking meetings, right? Around the city, at the chamber. We'd share our heart, we'd invite them to coffee, or we'd invite them over and literally tour Platinum while it was under construction. And it's the exact same thing you do with the industry influencers and the exact same thing you do with the families. It's really just sharing, here's the vision for the building and here's the vision for my care. And you will, when you're genuine and authentic and you really want to love on people, you will get those sales. So when I was new to this, I was thinking to myself, well, why would these people want to meet with me? I'm sure they're busy. I'm sure they have a list of the big facilities that they work with. Why would they want to meet with me, somebody new? Isn't this competition to the people that they're normally working with? And I tell you what, they 100%, everyone in the industry does want to meet you. You have a strategic win-win up your sleeve that you may not know yet. When you have your home and it's full of grandmas and grandpas, that is the future income for all of these companies. Literally, they will come to your home. Once you're open, you'll kind of be annoyed by it, but people will come a couple times a week, knock on your door, introduce themselves. I am such and such with XYZ Home Health or XYZ Hospice Company. They are literally trying to hound you down for sales because your house is full of their customers, right? As you move a grandma in and she declines and she eventually needs hospice care, boom, they want to be the go-to, right? You are providing a win for them because you were literally housing their future customers. That's hospice, that's home health, that's doctors, that's nurses, that's podiatrists, that's mobile dentists, mobile x-ray. There is so many services that come into our building and we are not paying them, but they want to make sales in our building. So these people literally want to create a win-win with you. And so they will take your call. They will meet with you over coffee. They will come and tour your assisted living because you have all of their future customers. So a lot of these industry influencers, they're not small business owners. They're not entrepreneurs. There are employees. They're W-2 employees for these usually bigger corporate companies. So I think the best way to structure this is to make it easy for them to do their job. Now think of it this way. They, at some point, the hospice nurses, the home health nurses, the independent living managers, will come across a problem. And that problem is the resident, the grandma that they are taking care of has now declined. And now they need additional care. It's going to happen to all of them. what is the solution to that problem? The solution at an independent living may be they have to go and meet with the daughter and say, hey, this is not a good place for mom anymore. She needs extra care. She's constantly falling, or she's now on too many medications that we can't manage these things. So let me solve this problem by providing a solution, which is a referral, which is Platinum Resort. This is why we are literally 2 to 3 new referrals every single week, because there is 5, 6, 8, 10 of these relationships that we have cultivated where they are literally sending us their problems and we become the solution. So think of it from this perspective. Most of these industry professionals are employees. If you can help them do their job better, if you can be the solution to the problems that they will have every single week, they'll have a new problem that they need to solve by providing more care. Just be the solution to that problem. But if they have not met you, if they have not heard your heart, your vision, if they have not toured your home, even if it's under construction yet, then you are not a solution for them. You are literally not helping them do their job better. So literally think of it this way. It is so much better for them, for you to call them, for you to email them, for you to set up an appointment. You are literally helping them do their job better, and they will help you make sales. It is a win-win, and they will be happy to meet with you. So the approach that Laura and I took when we were still under construction, before we had any experience in this space, was really to be genuine and honest. And we'd have these tours come in, and it was either the industry professionals or it was the families. And we would say, hey, you know what? Here is our vision. Here's what we're doing with the building. Here's everything we want to plan, right? It's going to be amazing. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be home-like, but upscale and luxurious, and with a chef and a salon. And then the care, we're going to hire the best of the best as far as a manager and have all the care and amenities of the big smelly facilities just in this more intimate home, right? And we sold our vision. We shared it with them. But then we were upfront and we said, hey, you know what? We haven't done this yet. So we're going to bring on help to manage this for you. And we're not going to be perfect. We're going to be learning along the way. But you know what? It's me and it's Laura, and we're here to own up when we make a mistake, right? We're not going to be perfect, but we are going to lead with love. We are going to come at this just the way we are taking care of our family. We're going to take care of your family. And you don't, if you are brand new to this and you are trying to fill your beds, you don't have to be the expert yet. You will learn these things. You can bring on help for these things. But honestly, if you share heart and you just say, hey, I'm going to make mistakes, but I will own up to them and I will get the job done. But as I am learning, or as we are perfecting our systems, we're really going to come at it with love as the background to what we're doing, not corporate greed, not these things that people are really annoyed by in the big facilities, right? This is more family style. This is more home-like. This is more just, let's be genuine, and we're just here to love on people. And with that approach, I promise you, I've done it. People that we have partnered with have done it and filled their beds before they even got their waitlist also. It is a proven model that we are using over and over again as we expand and bring into new markets, and as we are stabilized and literally month after month, year after year, use this strategy, use this plan to always have a big wait list. So this is just one component of our strategic 20. I actually break this down into 4 different sections and phases that we grow through. But I would say this is the most important part when you're starting out. This is the bread and butter of how we have our success and built a wait list. So Laura and I are going to be doing a workshop sharing our strategy on this. Here is how we get unlimited leads, unlimited referrals without paying anything for our marketing. We'll be sharing this through a workshop live on Zoom. It's going to be December 7th at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll throw the registration link in the comments below. Make sure to be there live because it's not going to be recorded, but you will be able to stay till the end, ask questions, and we'll stay and help everyone get this structure off the ground. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you next time.